Hello everybody, and welcome to my city's skylines panic challenge build. This is the second attempt that I have taken over Biffa's panic challenge that he set out to pretty much everybody, and it's the first video I have done a commentary on post-production, so to speak. Mainly because I forgot to push the damn button. So you're going to hear me talking for around about half an hour, which is going to be interesting for me to try and find out what to say and what not to say. And there might be a few tangents thrown in. I might talk about myself. But before we get on to that, this is the second attempt. And why, might you ask, is this the second attempt? It is my second attempt because I did a first attempt with very, very low expectations. I was winging it. I hadn't played City Skylines since actually quite a few weeks before the Sunset Harbour expansion pack, and to this day I still don't own the Sunset Harbour expansion pack, or the DLC I should say. That shows my age. And I winged it. I went straight in, I didn't research it, I relied on my old knowledge. For a long time I'd been playing with mods, so I just threw myself into it, didn't give much thought about it, didn't give much thought to the map or anything else. And I got a piss poor score. No surprises there, I expected to get a piss poor score. One of the reasons I thought I'd get a piss poor score is I didn't think my equipment would be up to it. I didn't think my laptop would be up to it because I only recorded it on a laptop. I thought to myself, why not take this lockdown situation to flirt with the idea of becoming a YouTuber again? And I say again loosely. If you look back on this channel, you will see over 10 years ago I used a capture card on a PS4 and I recorded me playing a wrestling game. Just one part of the wrestling game. I think it was like a Superstars showcase. And there were 6 of them on that game. I just did one of them, one that I thought was the best. There was no voiceover, there was no commentary. All it was me, a PS4, and a caption card. That's not real YouTubing. Fast forward about 5 years, I tried again, but I actually tried again on a different account, so you won't see those videos here. And my laptop at the time was not capable of anything. I started this war of mine, and I started Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I could record it. I knew I had to go for fairly easy-going games on the processor. And it was fine, I could record. I struggled my way through OBS and Audacity, and I used Microsoft Paint for thumbnails because I didn't know any better. And it was okay. I was never going to get a large amount of subscribers though. And on Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, when I went to ride the rides, I was skipping frames left, right and centre. It was not happening. It was not happy. And I thought, damn, that's really the whole reason you'd film a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Let's Play series, to actually ride the rides, to experience the nice things that you built. So I lost motivation there, didn't do it. And now all of a sudden we've got a virus that is set to kill 1 to 2% of our population. Something I'm sure YouTube doesn't really like people talking about, but hey, I'm not monetized anyway. Bugger you, YouTube. I'm sure I will be, and I'm sure I'll change my mind on that eventually. If I stick at this. But that really depends on you guys. If you deem me good enough to follow and support, or if I can in fact pull the finger out the arse and provide you with quality content. Anyway, that was 5 years ago. I didn't give it any more thoughts until this current lockdown that big bad Boris Johnson has enforced upon us all for our own good, albeit. And I've always fancied being a YouTuber. I never had the kit. I couldn't rationalise putting out money on becoming a YouTuber. However, the laptop I have now is substantially better than the last one. I bought a microphone off Amazon from lockdown, which cost me £15, and that is the setup I have now. I'm still using OBS, albeit starting from scratch, learning it step by step. You probably find at this stage the videos don't have a high level of polish, very minimal editing, because I don't know how to use the software yet. It will take time. Already, I think I've improved, but I've still put out the videos anyway, just because I want to get some content on the channel and see what's going to happen. So yeah, I did this challenge, and I thought just being a laptop gamer, the laptop wouldn't have the performance to get up to the top levels. I've seen people do this panic challenge and get 18,000 population in half an hour. Yes, these people are legitimate speedrunners. They research the game, they come up with the best strategies, they trial and error and put a lot of time into it. That's not me, by the way. I am not a speedrunner. I don't think I would have the patience for that. Quite frankly, you're lucky I've got the patience to do this video, because I've forgot to hit record on the commentary, and on one attempt before this I forgot to hit record on OBS. So I did actually run through this once before, and on that dry run that I forgot to record the video from, I got quite a nice score. A score I'm very happy with. I'm not going to tell you what it was because we're not going to do any spoilers. And I managed to rinse and repeat to get also a very good score for me, in my personal opinion, on this video. The first panic challenge I did, and you will be able to see it if you want because it is loaded on the channel, I openly said while building, I'm not sure my potato of a computer is going to get the numbers that other people get. And the reason we've changed our tone here is because BonBonB, he put a video out, and his video, I think it was only about 3 days ago now, I can link it in the description. His video was entitled, Why Do You Suck at Cities Skylines? And specifically, you could tell by the thumbnail he was talking about Biffa's 30-minute panic build challenge. So I watched it, as I do with many YouTube City Skylines videos. I quite enjoy watching them myself. And he explained that not all maps are created equally. Different maps have different requirements for your milestones in terms of population. And the map we're using, Honu map, that comes with the Park Life DLC, this was BonBonB's #1 choice for out of his 5. He had 5 top maps, and this was what he claimed was the easiest. So I thought, we'll give it another go. Now, I still don't think I am completely wrong when I say your software, or rather your hardware, makes a difference. It does. If you are not playing on a powerful PC or laptop, your computer is not going to allow you in 30 minutes to get up to the top scores. You're not going to get near your 18,000. That's just a fact. Same can be said for consoles. Consoles are often widely considered a not as good alternative to PC. That's where the whole term PC master race comes from. People who build their own computers or have the high-spec computers, their computers have more RAM, more memory, more cores, more processing power. Things are just faster. In the speed running world itself, that is considered. eternally unfair because you're using your home equipment that is different to the next guy. That said, using these different tactics, a little bit of research, a little bit of reading up, watching a couple more videos, I was able to increase my score to levels that I did not think would be possible. Which is why I'm doing the second video, just to show you how having no strats compared to having some strats make a big difference. My laptop, and I'm sure many other laptops, will be capable of a 30-minute speed build. After all, you're not building on much more than one tile. So it's not too much for most computers to gather, but that said, there will be some small difference. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, I'm just going to let you guys see what result I get. Going into this, I would have been happy if I got 8,000. I was thinking maybe 8,500. I was teetering in my mind, thinking maybe I could get close to 9,000. We'll see what the result is. In terms of planning this time round, I wrote out, I wrote 9 pieces of information on an envelope just to sit with me, and the very top piece of information I just wrote 3 speed, because I'm universally a twat, and every single time I'd get a milestone it would reset back to 1 speed, which is normal, but I don't play competitively, I've never done speed building. Idiot me always used to forget to put it back onto 3 speed, so I put that up there to remind me. Strategies, nice and simple. Obviously, my run through here is out of sync with the video. But I built the roads first of all, and then I set the timer running, put in some zones, and while the game was playing, water, electricity, taxes. That was the first 3 things on my list. That is the first four points of information. That was the order in which I was going to do things. People are not going to move out, you know, once they build their house if they don't have water or electricity, so you have time to, even on 3 speed, you've got time to build water, pipes, electricity, power plant, all before even the warning turns from white to red. And what I then done is I put another line of information for each new milestone. And the process behind this was, it would help remind me that every milestone, tap number 3, make sure we go into our full speed. As soon as I got the next milestone, I wanted to build the medical centre, school, dump. And the next, police, fire. All while doing this, the plan is a boring grid city. And one of the big difference makers is how long your grid segments are. Some of the top scores I saw actually had really long blocks. So if you look at my map here, no vertical lines, just 1 up each side and maybe 1 up the middle. You didn't need any more than that. I just didn't like that. I felt my traffic would be a bit awkward. I compromised an extra column up the middle. Next, and you'll have already seen me do it, parks. You don't need to supply all of the services in great numbers apart from parks. All you really want to do is increase the happiness enough for people to move in. So you want to take a park and you want to spam that park over. In fact, you'll see me doing it right now. Over and over and over and over. And the park I chose, the cheapest park with actually quite a large area of effect. This is the Paradox Plaza that you can get the Paradox Plaza just by linking your account to their database on the home screen of the game. So once you do that, it's free, and it's actually a very good deal in terms of money and area of effect. So I got that park, just like I saw in another video. You know, I'm not claiming to have came up with this tactic at all. Spam, 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 spam. And then the next milestone, again, 3 speed, you look towards buses. Your citizens are going to look for public transport to be available, but that is as far as that requirement goes. It needs to be available. That doesn't mean they'll use it, doesn't mean it has to be functional, but it does want it to be covered. Just think of it as a tick box. One stop in every street, and Bob's your uncle. You have supplied public transport, you've ticked the box, people will be happy, they'll be more encouraged to move in. It's at the same time as the buses, either if I'm waiting on money or whatever else. We went and added some policies. We've got the parks and recreation policy and the recreational use policy. Stuck them on for no other reason than they create happiness. And once again, this is all about getting as much happiness as possible, because that's what makes people want to move in. Nothing else needs said. All you need to do is make people happy. The first time round that I did this challenge, I again picked a map with lots of coastal area, because you're meant to get a slight land value bonus if you are building on a coast. Now you'll see I go through these screens at the end once the time's finished, and it makes such a minimal difference. It's certainly not worth disregarding BonBonB's advice. The way in which BonBonB had done his research and figured out to be how it works is they take the flatness of the land as well as the build percent, and those numbers, along with I'm sure a few other hidden factors, decide how many peeps you need in your city before each milestone is unlocked. And the other thing about this map's secret weapon, you've just seen me do it now, high density is unlocked much earlier on in this map than it is on other maps. So the high density, you can cram much more people in the same space. That is without a doubt this map's main feature. The one other thing around about the time of the buses, the Child Health Centre. I do not have Sunset Harbour, but it comes with free content as well as paid content. And the free content, you've got the healthcare centre, Child Health Centre, and the elderly care. Now we don't need the elderly care too much, but the child care increases the birth rate of citizens. Now each time you have a baby, that's a whole new sim. So your population goes up, use it, absolutely exploit that for all it's worth. And that's covered the envelope that I wrote down bits of information on while I was doing this. That's all the research you need, and my score drastically went up. So, if I can do it with a laptop, while running OBS, while running Audacity, you know, it's not the computer. Everyone can take part in this challenge, and if you've not done it yet, why not? Why not give it a go? If you're even thinking about becoming a YouTuber yourself, why not? What else are you doing? Well, we have viruses running around the planet that is keeping everyone indoors, away from the pubs, the clubs, the sport fields, whatever it is you do. Why not? Why not? And when there's a challenge set out by one of the community's top YouTubers in Biffa, surely that's going to put some more eyes on your video. It's the perfect time to jump into it. Admittedly, I'm probably late to the party. This is 2 weeks after Biffa's challenge. Why? I was not happy doing this video without a microphone, because using the embedded microphone in the laptop Ugh, it's horrible. You'll see it. Go and watch the first 2 videos of my cleanup crew scenario. Embedded microphone, I'm not terribly happy with it, but like I say, I just wanted to get some content out there while I had the motivation, while it was seeming like a good idea in my head. Yes, I didn't want to do the panic challenge yet, but I wanted to do something, so I did. These videos might come down, but for now, it is some recent content on the channel, and that seems to be what it's a case of right now. I am, well, not even a YouTuber yet, but I've always flirted with the idea of becoming one, and now is when the circumstances have been correct for me to dabble. And on that note, if any of you are watching this video, please use the comments feature to let me know what you think. I've got 12 subscribers as we stand from now. They are pretty much all from 10 years ago, or the content that was produced 10 years ago. The account has been sitting idle. I have been a viewer, not a creator. And don't worry about hurting my feelings. If you've got something negative to say, yes, be polite about it, but do not hesitate from saying it. If it is constructive criticism, these are things I need to hear. If it's compliments, those are also things I'd be interested in hearing. With the cleanup crew videos that I've done so far, I think I have amassed a total of 3 comments, and I can tell you right now, considering I've just started and I don't expect anyone to be seeing the videos, every single one of these comments actually means a lot, and I'm usually a fairly reserved, laid back, sort of introverted person. I say introverted person, I've got extroverted jobs. All the jobs I do in the past, I run events, I talk to crowds, I've done acting, I've performed as a wrestler, again in front of crowds. You would not think I'm an introvert until you get me into a social situation. And, you know, things like that traditionally tend not to be something that gives me a great deal of feedback, but if it's feedback from my work, from an event, yes, that feedback means a lot, and for some reason, the YouTube comments on content that I've created, I've taken the time to create, yes, okay, I get it, it's selfish, it's for my own, well, it's my own flirtations, really, my own indulgence, but yeah, interaction with you guys, whoever you are, that is a big motivator for me. So if you would like to see some more content, please say something, say hi, tell me you did or didn't like something, that is all fine. I'm not going to create an argument with you, you know, I am a professional person. If you've got questions, let me know. If you want, you know, even ideas for content or tips, maybe different programs you would use or different methods you would do to do things. Right now I'm looking for ways to get maybe an intro video and an end credit video to top and tail all my content. I'm looking for a way to improve my thumbnails. And yeah, tips, tech tips, ways in which I can get started on, you know, minimal cost. YouTube will not monetize me, not until I get something like 4,000 views and so many subscribers. So to start out, really you have to start out with nothing, and being locked down, there is no income. I actually had to sign up to Universal Credit because I am self-employed in events, as I've said, and you're not allowed to run events at the moment. Wrestling is cancelled, can't wrestle. I'm quite a sporty person, and all I've been able to do is get out on my bike, but there's no money coming in, so everything I have produced so far has been free, with the exception of the laptop that I already own, the internet that I already pay for, and a cheap lapel microphone to bring the quality up to something that doesn't sound like I'm using a laptop. That, and I'm also using headphones that I previously owned. They are Bluetooth headphones. The mic and the headphones are separate, but they can both be ran together. So yeah, any personal questions, let me know. If you want to know anything about my life, let me know. To an extent, I am an open book, as and when it's not going to, get my video taken down. I do have a good sense of humour. My humour tends to be quite dark, maybe not suitable for YouTube. And I'm one of these guys, you can really have a conversation with me about anything, and I have no limits. Sometimes it gets me, in trouble or whatever. But I am who I am. If you have other games that you think I might be interested in, tell me. Especially if they're not really computer-heavy processing power games. I don't think I'll be doing any console games because the capture card from 10 years ago, it's not going to work on the current consoles, and it's not even in this house. I think that is back at my mother's because I used to live there at that time. But yeah, if there's PC games, internet browser games, things like that, let me know if you want it covered, or if you would like to see someone do a playthrough of it. If I agree, if the price is right, yeah, I'll give it a go. Other games I like, you've obviously seen I like city building games. I've never played SimCity though, not the new one, too much bad press. Roller Coaster Tycoon, I mentioned that. This War of Mine, which was the strategy, survival, 2D, platformy type game, love that. Games like Don't Starve, when we're talking about strategy and survival. I loved the game. I'm shite at it. I'm probably not going to showcase it because I would embarrass myself. If you want to see some Don't Starve, go and watch some Skystorm. I used to have a right giggle at him on Don't Starve. What other games do I like? Another game that I don't really think I will feature, but I do play, and I mainly say that because it's very edit intensive. I got myself into Football Manager 19. I don't play football. I don't really like football, but it appealed to my geeky database side. Other interesting games, Bounty Train, Besieged. I like all of those things. God games, creation games. Oh, Civilization 5. I was so into Civilization 5. Not played 6 yet, but maybe. Could be on the cards. So that's a sort of rough rundown of the sort of games I like. I have put up some Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 content. Oh my god, I can tell you that was an absolute bollock to try and get to work. Not just with the laptop, but with the recording software. But that is one of my retro games that I really, really love. I was familiar with it, comfortable with it. So that's why I've stuck it on my earliest videos. It's a game I know well. A game I played probably far too much of when I was younger. Parkitect, of course, it is its natural predecessor. I own it. My laptop gets very, very hot when I play it, but if I'm just going to play that in 40-minute bursts for YouTube, yeah, that's on the cards as well. Don't expect any sort of silverette levels of quality, build quality. I think he actually worked on the game itself, so he'll know that game inside out, but it's always fun to see other people and their take on different games. Sometimes it's funny to laugh if they're rubbish, other times you get some nice tips. I really, really hated on Roller Coaster Tycoon these people that would do the Let's Plays and didn't care how the park looked. I used to watch a lot of Flabaliki. He gave a damn. He's a channel that I know is still active. Fluxtrance, he was a bit mod heavy for my liking, but amazing builds. But there were some people who would put out roller coaster videos or career videos. They'd just destroy the park just to meet the goals. Yeah, That's not my sort of style. Now I can tell this video is finishing up both by the population I have and the fact that I have reduced all the taxes right the way down to nothing. I'm almost paying people to come in here, and I'm doing everything I can. I was spamming parks and now spamming the nicer road just to bring in people. So this video is going to be ending soon. But again, please do think about leaving me a comment, good, bad or indifferent. If you want to keep tabs on how things develop, hit the subscribe button. But we are about to finish up in this city, I believe. I don't actually have a timer with me at the moment, but you will see. I'm sure I hit escape a few times to signal once I've paused the game at the end of the 30 seconds. And you can check your YouTube timeline to make sure I've not cheated if you really wish. But yeah, considering I was aiming for at the very best 9,000 and I've got a score of over 11,000, obviously I was very, very happy with this, and it really opened my eyes to just how a different tactic, properly analysing things and the mechanics of the game makes a big, big difference. What I could probably have done is reduced my taxes and cash flow a lot earlier. Oh, there we go, it stopped there. It was 11,925. That was my final score on my second attempt at the Biffa Panic Challenge. So yeah, we are going to go through the options on the top left, all the overviews, just to let you see how things are. I kept up with the electricity and water to an acceptable amount, same with garbage. Education just slightly low. We could have done with an extra school. Happiness, nice and happy, no problems there. No health issues, plenty crematorium space. Crematoriums act as a park as well, so that was good. Surprised I didn't get higher levels. All the pollution's contained. The traffic, 84%, that is absolutely fine. Fire, no issues. Noise, contained to the noisy areas. Buses we don't care about. They just needed coverage. Crime, fine. Natural resources I didn't need to hit. Land value is what I meant to hit. Look at that in the middle. A nice bright green square. Bearing in mind we don't have all the higher tier items, that's probably as much as we could hope for. So yeah, very happy with that, ladies and gents. And that is it. We shall end the video there. Hopefully you're keeping safe. Hopefully you're going to have a good day. Oh, that's the wee noise of a screenshot I just took for the thumbnail. Ladies and gents, have a good one. Bye bye.